Live in 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Create You podcast. So, I'm gonna just keep it real, man. I'm a little bit pissed off. I'm just gonna be brutally honest. I recorded this like 3 times, and the first time that I did it, I was talking for like 20 minutes, bro. Oh, it's so frustrating. Like, I was really like feeling it, man. Like, now I'm not. Like, I don't even want to fucking talk now. I'm done, bro. I'm getting off. I'm just kidding. No, man, I was talking for a while, and I looked up and I was like I can see my screen. I was like making sure everything was good. And I was like, hold up, this isn't even recording. And I was like so deep into my story and where I've been at. Like, God. So now I'm re-recording again. And yeah. Well, I had a lot of energy earlier, but now I'm a little drained because of it. Just, I guess, the circumstances. But firstly, I was saying that I'm excited about this podcast. It's just me. So I've been wanting to do that for a while. Just so I just like to talk myself. So, I feel I'm not as comfortable talking to guests just quite yet as I am with myself. But yeah, you may notice that we got this little background here. That's pretty cool. So hopefully it won't be as distracting with my whole house in the background and stuff. So we also do have Lola. We have Lola here. How you doing? Well, Lola will be here in this pod. The third guest. Hmm? Why are you so cute? Cute, Lola. Hopefully it don't get cut short here again. I guess you guys won't know, or you will if you're listening to this. So, did want to start off with a few different things. A lot's kind of happened over the past few weeks. I haven't uploaded on my main channel in 2-3 weeks. Podcast channel, I think it was about 2 weeks as well. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was 2 days ago. I actually got out the podcast with my friend Jake. So if you guys want to check that out, it'll be the last video. I can link it here somewhere. Pretty cool podcast. I actually thought it didn't go that well, mostly because I felt like it was forced, kind of awkward at times, and it just seemed like an interview kind of setting, and I think that may have put him, on ice a little bit, and he didn't really know where to go. I want these to be more conversations than anything. I don't want to just be interviewing somebody. I like to be involved as well, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for. I do have some people potentially lined up. I don't like to say that they are because you just never know. But there should be some new people coming to the podcast soon. Very excited about that. One of them, I'll just leave it at that. I'm very excited for that though. But, anyways, going back to my friend Jake, I felt like watching that one back through, or I guess let me take it a step back. After we got done, I was like very critical of the way that I felt about it, and I feel like it just wasn't that good, honestly. Like, I really didn't, for multiple different reasons. I thought, he just may have not been comfortable with the camera. He's kind of like, we're good friends, but like we've never really, like, I guess we have, but it's just a different dynamic here, I guess. And I think people are, I always forget that I'm kind of used to being in front of the camera now. It comes a bit more natural, so I'm not that awkward about it. not that I'm saying that he was, but like he just may have not been comfortable with it. I also felt like, I think I may have just said this, I don't remember, but it was like an interview setting, and that kind of put him in a weird position. Um, we had also got done working out. I forgot all about that. Like we were like tired, and I could tell. Like I was just very tired, honestly, and I was trying to like push through to get a good podcast out, but he might have felt the same. My house's AC was like kind of not working at that time. Like it was working, but it just wasn't getting any good air. Now I finally bought a fan for the studio because it gets so hot in here, and especially now with this here, like no air circulates to this part of my apartment. So it was like really hot in here. This couch is not really the best. Like it's very like lumpy, and you kind of sink in a lot. Like you'll probably see me get up a lot, like having to pick myself up, but a lot of different things. And anyways, when I went through and edited the whole video, it actually wasn't that bad. Like I was so critical about it, and I thought it was far, like not worse, but I thought it was far worse than it actually was. And no, one of my buddies told me he watched it. He said he didn't know what I was talking about when I was saying that, because he thought it was pretty good, like pretty solid. And yeah, like I said, I kind of shared that same opinion after I got done editing and watching it myself. So I think it was just all in my head, and I think there was still some things I could work on, but overall, I think it was pretty decent. And I'm still new to, I guess, having people on a podcast, the podcast in general, YouTubing, and even like socially talking to people. I'm still, somewhat new. I don't really want to say too new. These are my friends that I have on typically, but um, you know, being able to socialize and articulate myself and express myself, uh, you know, vocally was something that was very hard for me growing up, and yeah, I just didn't know how to do that. So I think as I get older and as I put more effort and I learn a bit more, and maybe I get in positions where I'm a little bit uncomfortable, so I can grow from that, is kind of where I'm at now. And I think I'm a lot better because of it. Honestly, like I used to be so awkward, and I still can be, but I think I can hold a conversation much better than I typically could in the past. And I would say this happened over the past 2, 3 years, maybe. Like I wasn't like really awkward or really shy, but definitely wasn't like out there like that. And I still don't think I really am. I kind of also don't feel like that's really a huge part of me. I think I'm kind of in between introverted and extroverted. Like there's times when I can go out and be with people a lot, but then I get kind of tired like very quickly. It's very draining, I feel like, sometimes. So I do enjoy being in my own alone time, doing things on my own. I think that's kind of why I was excited to start up this podcast with myself, and then also today recording it by myself. So along with a bunch of other things that have been going on that I wanted to kind of get into today. So one of the first things being kind of like where I've been. Uh, I'm not too established in YouTube, but I feel like I should kind of explain where I've been at. Uh, my computer, I think it was last week sometime, it went out for like a week or so, and it was the power supply. So I think what happened was either the power supply it was like an Amazon brand, so it was either faulty or something, or it was like when my house was like hitting like 80 every day. It's hitting like 80. I have a upstairs and a downstairs, so like, one of the two areas is like usually really, really hot. And so it was very hard to sleep at night. It was hard to be in my studio and edit. I didn't have a fan in here. So like, God, bro, it sucked. And the way I have my setup, my computer is kind of in the corner of the studio. So I think it might have gotten either too hot, or I don't know. I really don't know, but it stopped working. And it sucks because that week that happened, I finally found the flow. Like I was really getting into it. Like every day after work, I was like coming home, doing what I need to do, take a shower, making sure that I eat. Um, just like very good in terms of my time management and being able to focus, and like having that discipline to like get to work was like something that I was really like figuring out. And I felt so good about that every single day. I was like, wow, I'm like really figuring this shit out. And then all of a sudden I got home and I tried to turn the PC on, literally not even to edit yet, just to eat and then get to work. And it didn't turn on. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is weird. And the day prior, I had actually had the same issue, but I just kept pressing the button and holding it down, and eventually it turned on. I was like, okay, that was kind of weird. So I think something happened with it, but it like went out. It's like faulty. So I bought a new one. And the way that I got it fixed actually was I was doing some troubleshooting myself, and I tested every component. I tested the power supply, but you can't really get to the rest unless you start from the bottom. And so typically it's like power supply, then CPU, or the motherboard, then CPU, and then it kind of runs through its course. But I don't know. I don't know what I thought it was. I didn't think it was the power supply because I tested it. Basically, I ran the power supply from the outlet into itself. Sounds kind of horrible, but the way that you do it, you use like the cords that come with the power supply, and you kind of just short it. And basically that starts it and it gets it going, and it was working. So I was like, okay, that's not the problem. But like I was saying, I think it actually was. And the reason being was I went to my buddy's house that I've known for a while. We're not really close or anything, but when I was younger, we used to play Minecraft together. And we had this really cool like world that I was building on this big city, and I had a bunch of people join and come in and build stuff. Like, it was really cool. I think he at the time he was making YouTube videos, so like I'd watch those, and we just would play the games all the time, or at least Minecraft. And then kind of just, I don't know, kind of fell off with that guy, but a real cool dude. And we kind of talked, and he seen that my PC was down, and he said his was down for like a month. So we decided, we got together and tested each other's different components, and he tried my CPU, and his actually worked. His computer worked after that. And so I was like, okay, so that's what his is. We tried some other components onto mine from his. Nothing really worked. And then I ended up taking his power supply and his GPU home, brought those home, put them in, tried them out. Things were working. I was like, oh my gosh. And I thought it was my motherboard actually. So I went out and bought a motherboard. None of these parts are cheap, by the way. Like, this shit is expensive, at least for me. I don't have money to cough up like that. I'm trying to save up to get like a MacBook or something so I can edit on the go. Like, I don't want to always just be at home editing. So I had to kind of get money out from that. And even after I did that, before I went to his house and stuff, nothing still worked. So I was like, what the fuck? So thankfully got the new power supply, replaced it. I think like I said, I think mine was just faulty. It was like some like Amazon brand, some bullshit. And so yeah, I went out, got a new one, good to go. And it was cool. I got to help homie out. He helped me out. And hopefully we keep in touch. He's kind of a creative guy himself. So just thought maybe I can get him on the podcast or something. Like, that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, that kind of went down. And at the time I was working on editing the vlog as well as the podcast with my friend Jake, which I just recently got done, and that's actually up. So if you guys want to see that, you can go back and watch the last video. I'll also put it somewhere. I think I already mentioned this. It's just kind of hard. I forget what I say as I'm talking and rambling and bullshitting, but yeah, I was working on that, and I didn't actually, like, I usually watch it back through after I get done editing, and then that's when the computer died. So that's kind of why I haven't posted on there. In terms of the vlogs, like, kind of just bullshit with those. I'm gonna be like, just be real. Like, I don't like to edit them. Once I get into it, it's really not that bad. I can kind of find a flow. I think also I'm just kind of a beginner, and I don't know. It's just not. It's not horrible, and I can observe myself when I'm doing it naturally, and I know that I get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. But just actually sitting down and recognizing that it's gonna be time consuming, because it takes a long time. Like, I'll be editing, and I think the last vlog took like 6, 7, 8 hours for 15 minutes of footage, bro. Like, that's a long time. But did all that today. And I feel good. I feel good about actually getting it done and putting it out. Like, think posting it is like my favorite part. Like I know I don't have like a huge subscriber count or even like views, but putting it out is like just so I find something so like enjoyable about it. I don't know why, but yeah, I just like to put it out for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, I've been doing that today. I worked on the vlog. So kind of going back to what I was saying, like I have a lot of vlog footage to edit. So there's probably like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 vlogs that I have like in the vault right now. I just gotta edit them, but I feel like they progressively get better. Like the things that I was doing in the vlogs, um, like kind of I'm all over the damn place right now, but kind of going back to what I was just saying. Even though I don't really like to edit, if I can just sit my ass down and do it, I can get it done. Like it's really not as bad as I make it seem. But I think my favorite thing to actually do is to record. So like right now, I enjoy like just sitting here and talking and like whatever. And I think right underneath this, in terms of if I was like to rank them, I like to actually just vlog. So like have the camera and just vlog just different things. That's pretty fun to me too. So it's just the editing part. Like I just know how long it takes, and I just like kind of dread doing it most of the time. But it's part of it, and there's nothing I can really do unless I hire an editor. But I don't got that kind of money to just be, here you go, bro. And I don't want to be like scamping people. Like I don't want to pay them $20 to edit my blog footage. Plus, I even thought about it. I was like, I don't know if I'd even want someone to do it because I'm kind of a perfectionist. But trying to like let go of that and just get it done, because no one's really gonna recognize the small little details. Like I know when things are important, when they're not, and I think that might kind of stem from OCD, um, which that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going down. Um, but I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that I have my computer. That time away from it was like very like eye-opening for me. I kind of recognized that like if I don't have this, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like I had days off and I didn't know what to do with myself. It was weird. I was like, what do I do now? Like looking back, I could think of some things to do. I could have been writing down new ideas. I could have been researching, etc. Like, but I didn't do that, so I kind of fell off for a little bit. But yeah. So that was that. And I guess now today got done with the vlog. If you guys don't know, I have a main channel, which is where I post more creative content, I guess. So that's where I work on different projects such as vlogs, or maybe I do gaming. There's a lot of other things that I want to do, but right now it's just kind of vlogs. I don't really want to box myself in too much, but I feel like there's also a part of people's channels that they have to be familiar to people for them to go back, unless they like your character or something. I don't know. Those are just my brief thoughts about that. But yeah, so got the vlog done, and yeah, today just been really editing that. I even vlogged a little bit. I haven't picked up the camera in a couple weeks. Haven't recorded the podcast in a couple weeks. Like it's been a while for a lot of this stuff. Like on top of the computer just not working for that time. Like even before and a little bit after, I was just kind of bullshitting a little bit still. Like I just couldn't get to it, or I guess I didn't want to. I just didn't put myself here and do it. But every time I come back, like when I do these, they're fun. Like I really do like doing the podcast probably the most. Like it's just fun to talk. As much as I just said that I'm not like extroverted or introverted, like I've known for a long time that I like to talk. I could just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Especially if I talk about things that I know, or that I think I know. I guess that I'm passionate about. I don't really know what I'm even talking about at this point, but yeah, it's been a good last few weeks. Like they've been kind of up and down, but I feel like where I'm at now, I'm in a much better place than I've been in a good while. Nothing too much to bear right now in life, in terms of like what problems I have. Like there's still problems that I could think of right now, they're just not like I kind of know. I've been in some spots in life where they've been pretty shitty, and for quite some time, that I had to deal with it and just kind of sit and be in it. So looking back from then to now, it makes me grateful to be here, as well as with the minimal problems that are still here, I guess. But I'm just grateful for a lot of the growth that I've had. So, and the things that I have, as well as the people who are here, the people who aren't here, things that I'm doing, things that I'm learning, things that I'm exploring, my new ideas that I have, things of that nature. So yesterday I was listening to a podcast with Jordan B. Peterson, and my day was kind of weird yesterday. Like I was like all over the place, and I think my mind is very like analytical. It's very observant, almost to a fault, and I would say actually to a fault. And I know that I kind of have a little bit of like OCD, kind of what I was saying earlier, and then also like anxiety. I think my mind is sometimes anxious, and so I felt like anxious a little bit yesterday, but not like physiologically or just like mentally. My mind was like wandering into different directions, trying to make different connections with things that really weren't there, I guess, or even like focusing on all these different problems. Like I had so many different problems that I was like looking at that they're real, but like some of those things I just can't do anything about them right now. Like, and so there's no point in trying to focus and worry about those different things when there's more immediate things to attend to, I guess. And there's always going to be problems. Like I can't solve every problem. So like struggling with OCD and anxiety, I feel like they go hand in hand, and they're just like feeding off of each other. And it can take you for a hell of a ride, but I'm grateful that they're my problems. Like, because I'm going to learn how to deal with them over time. I'm going to learn how to cope with it. And I feel like I've learned already so much about it. So meditating is very, very cool. I really like to do that, because being with my mind like wandering so much, it's very hard to focus. And so that was kind of what was going on yesterday. So going back to what I was saying, I watched that podcast, and he was interviewing this. I don't remember his name, but it was some engineer from AMD, which is a computer company, and they might make other things too, but I know them for making CPUs for computers, which is basically like the brain of the computer. And there's a lot of other components, not to get it too much into that, but this guy was like kind of discussing things, and I see JBP as a very knowledgeable man. Like he knows a lot of things. Like he knows a lot about different. I guess he knows a lot in a handful of different realms. So to listen to this guy speak to him and have to dumb things down for him a little bit, and for him to try to keep up was like kind of cool. Like I always know I keep in the back of my mind a lot of days, and not in a way to put myself down, but just to humble myself and have a lot of humility, which is I feel like that's something that I carry with me. Is that I really don't know anything. Like I always say it to myself, like kind of joking, like what do I know? And that's kind of what I was saying to myself yesterday. I think that kind of brought me to. It just made me question everything. Like I think that just ties into the anxious mind. Like it just made me question so much different things. It brought up all these problems and trying to control everything, and like it just took me down a long spiral. But at the same time, it was cool to hear things about stuff I didn't know, because once you think you know something, if you listen to someone who's an expert in something else, and even him, like he was trying to explain things below him in different levels and different abstractions. I was like, whoa, like what is going on? Like this guy worked for like I think he worked at Tesla and helped them make like the autopilot software, maybe chips or something. He worked for Apple. I think he worked for some phone companies. So he's done a lot. And even what he was doing, like I think he works like on the architecture, so like the actual the physical, piece of whatever it is he's doing, and like the housing for it and all that. There's people below him who work with like atoms. And then from atoms they work up to another level. They make like little components. I think they're called like gates or something like that, logic gates, something like that. I don't even know. So then it kind of goes up from there and it gets to his and then it gets above. So he understands briefly what these other things do, but not, not really enough. So it was like very interesting. Like I tried to stay there and listen to the whole thing. Got through most of it. It was like very like taxing on my mind. Like I was trying to keep up with everything, but it also kept me like occupied while I was at work. So it's pretty cool. Um, Overall, not a bad day looking back at it, but for a handful of hours, I was really like struggling. I think that's where it came from. I really don't know. That's kind of when I remember like started like kind of losing like my mind. Not like losing my mind, but like losing like control of it. So once I got home from work, I realized like there's still lots of things that need to be done, and I need to wash clothes for the week. I need to make sure the dishes are washed. Like I typically don't do that throughout the week as I'm working because there's just not enough time for that. So there's other things that are more important that I should be doing, that or I need to attend to really. So like YouTube videos, like I don't need to be doing the dishes if I don't have that much hours before I get home from work and then bedtime. So anyways, I came home, cleaned up everything, and for like the first 1 to 3 hours, it was very hard to just focus and like not be in my head. And as much as I thought that I was in control, like I'm kind of like speaking from when I was in this, like as much as control as I thought that I had, I really didn't have any at all. And I thought that all the problems that I was trying to solve was me, but I realized like, no, it wasn't me. It was like my mind just like going everywhere, like 100 miles an hour. And so it was like it was just like frustrating and aggravating to just be like, bro, I just want you to shut up. I just want you to be quiet. I just want you to leave me alone for like fucking 10 minutes, bro, please. Uh, so I pushed through, and I like, I don't know how I did it. I just tried to stay there and keep like, how do I explain this? It's like when you meditate, you're basically just observing yourself. And so when you sit there, you try to like not do anything. You just try to be. And there's like there's this, I don't know how to explain this. There's like you're here, you can listen to your mind, but you can be above it and you can watch it. So like if you ever try to meditate, you just sit there and like say you're listening to the fan. You're just listening to the fan, you're just letting it come through. And then once you listen to the fan, you'll start to spiral into other different areas. So then you'll be like, all right, there's a fan. I'm like, okay, it's spinning. It feels cool. Oh, like I drank this drink from Sonic. And that drink was cool. It like very like refreshing. And then, oh, I seen this girl at Sonic and she was cute. And oh, that girl actually looks like so and so like knows that, like you could literally go through this, and that's just the most bizarre shit that I made up. But like that's kind of how it is. And so like when I was trying to like wash dishes, I kept having to remind myself, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, I shouldn't be over here trying to solve this problem that doesn't really matter, or this problem that doesn't matter, or this problem that doesn't matter. Like, that's what my mind was trying to do. And so, like, I didn't have control anymore. And so that's why it was so frustrating for me. So, try to just like be present and be focused on what it is that I was doing. And like I said, it took some time, but eventually I kind of got to it. And then I ended up stretching for like an hour or two. And while I was doing that, I listened to some music, made like a cool playlist for myself whenever I'm kind of going through like that weird mind state. And really enjoyed that time that I had listening to music. I put some music in there that I think really represents and expresses kind of how I felt at that time. So looking back, that was a really, really cool moment. Ended up after that taking a shower. By this time, I already finished cleaning, washed my clothes, things like that. Then stretched and then took a shower and stuff. And by this time, it was like 12. And I think after that, I came back downstairs, started editing my vlog for the week, which is the third vlog, and that's actually going to be out once this is released. So if you guys don't know, I have a main channel. Check that out. That's where my more creative work is. And I can't remember if I've already said all this because I've recorded so many times. I don't remember. So if I have said this, then here you go again. I'm just re-upping on the plug here. So go check it out. That's where my more creative work is. And Yeah. So, anyways, was I was recording, not recording. I was editing, and I was like so fucking tired, bro. I was like I was like falling asleep while I was trying to edit. So, uh, I think I edited for like 30 minutes to an hour. I got like a minute or two in terms of like the length of the video, which, like I said earlier, it took me like 8 hours to edit this one. I only got 15 minutes out of it, which is crazy. So got like a minute or two out of that, and then I ended up going to bed and fell asleep right around 2 o'clock. Then woke up this morning and went to go get my body checked. I have like a really tight left side of my body. I guess it's like really tight just from the work I do at Amazon. And yeah, I went to go do that. And then after that, I've been home, make sure to eat all my meals for the day. Been trying to gain weight, which I've been doing this for I think a month, a little over a month now. I have to eat like 5, 6 meals a day, which is fucking, oh man, it's like it's a damn chore sometimes, I swear. But it is paying off a little bit. I've noticed gaining some weight. I'm not like a super big dude, but I'm pretty toned. I would say uh, I weigh a lot more than what I used to weigh. I probably gained like 10 pounds. I actually think it's like 13, 14 pounds over the past since February. But I really wasn't like eating as much as I am now. So I think I've been putting on more weight as of the past month or two. So that's really cool. And yeah, the rest of the day I've just been editing and picked up the vlog camera today. First time in weeks. Like I said, I just haven't done that. I have so much footage. Like, I don't know how many fucking videos I can make with the vlog footage that I have in the vault right now. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, but they get a little bit better every time. And so yeah, I just been editing most of the day, and then like I said, I recorded a little bit of vlog footage today. Today was very pretty. It was like 94 outside today, it said, but when I went out there, it's very like, it didn't feel that hot for sure. And you know, working outside every day in that van, and it's like a damn heater, and my car's AC went out recently, so like I've just literally been sitting in the heat, and when my AC was out for like that period of time, uh, for like a week or two, God, it was like fucking horrible because I just woke up and went to bed fucking in heat, bro. It was like fucking hell, dog. Oh my God, I just remember that shit, but thankfully all that shit is over now. Um, and yeah, man, just been kind of getting back to everything. Feel really good about where I'm at right now and the work that I've been putting in. Um, I was gonna say something else and I kind of fell off track with it, but yeah, just getting back to shit, man, and it feels good. So I hope that I can continue to keep doing these things, sticking to it at least. Um, oh yeah. So the vlog, the most recent vlog, I editing that one, I felt like I was just talking so much throughout like the clips that I had. And I watched it today. Like I said, it's 15 minutes long. Really, really entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it and I was like, this is kind of entertaining. Like I felt really good watching it. But I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it is when I was in the process of editing. But turned out really good, and I hope that people enjoy this one. The videos have been doing pretty well. The vlogs been getting like 40, 50 views, which is a lot, I feel like, for my channel. Even the last podcast got like 30 views. That was fucking awesome. Like, Andy plugged it up and people came through and they subscribed and they were watching and got a little bit of interactions, like a couple comments. So really cool. So yeah, I gotta take a piss, bro. Hold up. So last night, actually, I realized something that was like really cool. Uh, Kind of when I was going through the, like, I guess, through like the, what would you call that? Well, I guess towards really the end of when I was like getting out of the, like the mind, that of like overthinking and all that. I was listening to music, and that's when I created that playlist, and I was like stretching at the time. So it was like almost like a meditative kind of state. you can kind of reach the same level of that in a way. I was listening to music, and like the thing that I try to really do these days is like be present, and that's very hard to do, at least for me. And I would like to think that most people also struggle with this as well, because it is kind of hard to be present. You know, like it's hard to not be in your mind, to not worry about the future, to not think about the past, because it's all there, and it seems like it's so heavy a lot of the times. But like one thing that I feel like keeps us present, uh, and there are other things, but this one was very like evident to me last night, was music. And music keeps us present, and there's something so profound about it. I know Jordan Peterson talks about music, and its, you know, its ability to do that to people is very profound, and like it's a weird phenomenon that people experience. Like when you listen to music, you don't listen to it because you're ready to get to the end of the song. You're not like, let me put this song on so I can get done with it. You don't do that. You listen to the song so you can listen to it all the way through. That is literally being present. That is like, I can't think of anything that's more present than that. Like you're literally there to listen to the song, to be present, to listen to each and every note, the lyrics, sounds, whatever it is about the song. That's why you're there. Like that's fucking incredible to think about. Like everything else in life, I feel like you're doing it to get to the next thing, when you should just do it to do it, to because it's the journey. That's fucking life. So life is a journey. You're not like, I'm here. Like I feel like that's how people live, is like you're here and you're like, all right, I'm ready to be here though. Like fuck what I'm doing right now. I'm ready to be here. I'm ready to have money. I'm ready to be in my career. I'm ready to be in shape. I'm ready to fucking to have some weight, to lose some weight, to be fit, to be like this age, or to be with this person, or like have this car or whatever the fuck. That's, and like damn bro, that's so fucking, that's scary. Like cuz that's what being anxious is being in your mind, overthinking, overanalyzing. Like being so much in the future is being anxious. Being too much in the past is being depressed. Being too much in the present is maybe like, I don't know, like impulsive maybe. So like it's just so hard to find that balance, and I feel like that is what life is. Like I think I've asked people like, what's the meaning of life, and I don't know. I'm going on way off fucking tangent now, but asked somebody that one time, and they're like, they gave an answer. It was like, oh, it's love. Like love is the answer. And I was like, that's a pretty good answer. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, what about when love's not enough? Because love sometimes isn't enough for people. You can't always give people love, and not that I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but sometimes you can't do that, because like if you've been in a long-term relationship, you'll know like sometimes love just isn't enough. It takes a lot more than love to be with somebody, and like love comes and goes. It's a feeling just like every other. And what keeps people together is something much more than just love. It's it's much more than that. And I don't think I even quite understand it. I think I have an idea, but it takes a lot more than love. And like that's what I'm way fuck off topic. I'm just realizing where I'm going with all this, but I realize like that's a lot of things that I learned in the relationship that I used to be in. Um, but all that to say, the going back to music was like, music is what keeps us present. Um, like that's the way we should live our life. And even people replay songs. Like I know that I do this. Like I'll replay a song like all fucking day. I'll listen to one song all damn day. And there's a reason for that, I'm sure, but maybe people should do that. Maybe you should replay certain parts of your life that are good. You know, you can't always do that, obviously. Things will get played out, they'll get boring. Like, you won't really appreciate it as much. You'll take it for granted. So, like, maybe like the good things. So, like, hanging out with your family, hanging out with your friends, being with your partner, working on something that is meaningful to you, that brings you joy, that brings you peace. You know, things like that. Like, I feel like that's what people need in their lives, man, is to be present. And I noticed whenever I had Instagram recently for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, kind of when all my stuff wasn't working. And so I just tried to occupy myself. Boy, it was hard to get off it, bro. Even now, like past couple days, deleted it, but I've still been going back to like get on it. And I don't know why, because it's always the same shit. Like it's really not, there's nothing on there that's like that fulfilling. It's just kind of addicting. And I've been deleting Instagram off and on for like 2 years now. And I'll do it for months at a time. Just because like for me, it's a big waste of time. I spend way too much time on it if I have it. And I don't ever see anything on there that like makes me really want to stay there. It's like the potential of what I could see. I don't know, honestly. I really don't. I do like to see the memes, but every time I leave and come back to it, I always come to the same conclusion. Is like I wasn't missing out on shit. And that world of Instagram is not real. It's not reality. It doesn't really hold much like weight in reality. It's just not a real world, and people like see that as so fucking real, and it's just not, bro. It keeps you so far away from reality, yourself, people, and I think it can be useful. There obviously some uses for it, like the more I feel like self-evident is like that sense of community, belonging, being able to communicate with others from wherever, keeping up with them in some sense. Like I don't know. I think those are some of the things it's useful for. But like when you're on it all the time, it's like what like I don't know. I think that can be a whole fucking topic itself, but for me at least, when I'm there, I don't feel I feel like I lose a part of myself when I have stuff like that. Like it keeps me away from me. And I feel like that's maybe what people are missing is like themselves, like having a relationship with themselves, taking care of themselves like someone they're responsible for. Um just like doing things that bring them joy, being present, doing things that are meaningful. And I don't know. I feel like you can't I don't feel like you just can't find that through a means of outside yourself. I just I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's kind of how I feel. So I don't know. These just my random ass thoughts. It's like 11 o'clock at night, so I think I'm probably gonna end it. I cannot end this shit, bro. I think I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. I have enjoyed recording this one. It's been fun, just rambling about bullshit. Even after like 3 or 4 fucking takes of this shit, dog. It's been wild, but I got it done. I feel good. I like I said, I was very excited to do this one because it's just me and very relaxed right now. Got a new setup and stuff, and like new foam. I got a fan in here because it gets so fucking hot. Computer's back and it's working. Put out the new vlog or I finished the new vlog today. Put out podcast the other day. You know, this is gonna be out soon. I got some more guests coming on. And yeah, man, I'm fucking excited, bro. I'm getting back to things, and I feel really good right now. Uh, and I kind of pushed through this. Like I didn't like honestly when I first started the fucking podcast tonight. Like I had all those other takes, and I was like, man, these are so good. I was talking for a while, and then I got back to this one, and I was like, man, I don't want to do all that shit all over again. I just talked to you guys, and I told you all this. I got to tell you again, and that's kind of where I've been like, I feel like I've been reiterating myself a lot this podcast, like been rambling in circles, but I just don't remember if it was from this one or the last one or the last one. So I hope you can excuse me and forgive me for if I have done that, which I sure think I have. But yeah, man, got some new things coming. I got a new mouse. This shit, I just want to show this off real quick. This fucking mouse right here, this thing is amazing, bro. Like, I got it. It's so precise. It's so much better than the one I had. I had like this generic ass fucking mouse and generic ass keyboard, bro. I didn't think this would help as much as it does. But God, it's so fucking amazing. It helped so much. It helped tremendously with my productivity in terms of editing, like just being on the computer itself. And I bought a new keyboard, which I'm excited for that to come in. And this shit is long overdue. I've had this shit for like a year and a half now. I don't know why I never decided to upgrade it. So it's coming in. I'm fucking excited. Next thing to get is another monitor. I've realized like just one monitor is not enough. Like I can't put all my shit on that screen. It's like, it's just, there's too much shit going on for one fucking screen, bro. But I think I'm like I said, I think I'm gonna finish this one off here. It's been cool. And I want to mention again, in case you guys don't know, the podcast is also available. If you don't want to watch it on video form, it is on Apple Podcast, Spotify, there's Twitcher. I want to say it's like on Pandora. I put it on a bunch of different other platforms just recently, like today. So if you guys want to check those out, I'll go ahead and leave it. I'll leave a list of the sites that it's on, the platforms that it is on, and then I'll kind of keep that going from here on out. But right now, I just typically put it's on Apple and Spotify because I think most people use those. But I'll put it on all that, and I'll leave it in the description. You guys can check that out. And if you don't know, this is also a video form, so I know most people are probably watching from YouTube, but the people who listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can come over and watch me if you want. I'm just gonna be talking in front of the camera, and you'll see me like move my hands about. But that's that. I also want to plug the main channel again. That's for my more creative work. I've said, and I got a lot of ideas for that channel. Right now, it's gonna be just vlogs majority, but that's what's going on with that. What else is going on? If you guys haven't seen the last few podcasts, we got some new guests in. Those are really fun, really cool to do. Check those out. Check out the main channel, bro. Go watch the new vlog. Go subscribe, comment, like, share with the homies if you liked it. Leave some feedback for me. Leave me some ideas, like anything, bro. Just blow up everything. I don't fucking care. Like, just go on all my shit and talk about it. I don't care. Or don't. How about that? But yeah, I've rambled on long enough. It's been fun. It's been real. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next podcast, man. See ya.